Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but Mint's premium wireless is $15 a month. But I'd like to offer one other perk. We have no stores. That means no small talk. Crazy weather we're having. No, it's not. It's just weather. It is an introvert's dream. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
How many times have you wished you could be in 2 places at once? With Wix, you practically can. Wix's website builder is packed with powerful AI tools to make running your business online easier. Build a full site just by talking with AI. Get an AI agent to manage your sales and marketing. Or work like a 10-person team, even if it's just you. So you don't need superpowers to get everything done. You just need Wix. Try it out for yourself at Wix.com.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward.
Vic, we're recording this episode from the Acast studios in Sydney. The year is 2024.
It's not, it's 2025.
Oh, yeah. Which makes my next point even more remarkable. The year is 2025.
Yeah.
We've both seen something out here in the reception area which made our jaws drop.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was an orange McVitie's club biscuit.
We did not know that the club was still around in 2025.
I haven't seen one since about 1982.
Well, it was when we opened it. It had that sort of layer of that kind of mysterious white dust on it, which made me think maybe it did go off in 2020, like 2002.
Yeah.
But what was the other flavour?
Where's it come from? It's come through a portal in time, that chocolate biscuit.
It didn't last long.
It went into our portal.
Between us seeing it and it being eaten was about 3.5 seconds.
It's so true. It is now going to come out of your portal later on, isn't
That's
it?
a nice way of putting it. Now, today's episode, Vic, I don't want to build it up, but it should be extraordinary.
All right, okay.
Because we've already recorded this episode once and you spent hours editing it and then you're like, hey, the audio is shit.
It was well shit.
We have to and you wasted some hours.
Quite a few hours, yeah. We tend to do that quite a lot, don't we? Yeah. We record them and we're like, oh, the sound doesn't sound good. We'll go with it. And we went with it and it was shit and we're going to re-record it now.
So get ready for some high quality podcasting, beginning with a nickname that I've created for myself.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'll pretend I haven't heard this, even though I actually don't want to hear it again.
You can remember it.
Because it's shit, basically.
Is
what
it,
I'm going to say. Yeah, it's shit.
I will let the listener decide that. If you want, you can write to us and say, hey, great nickname, or Vic, you were right all along, terrible nickname.
Okay.
My nickname, self-labelled, hasn't caught on yet.
Right.
Is Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Why, I hear you ask.
Why, Hamish? Why is your nickname Netflix?
Thank you very much. Every episode of Netflix, or every time you turn on Netflix, starts with a noise, which is dong.
Yes.
I believe this is my nickname because dong dong. I am the don with the big dong. The dong. Home train.
You're really scraping the barrel with a nickname there. There's a few problems I have with it.
Okay.
First of all, it's not funny. Second of all, nobody makes their own nickname. Like, you've got to have mates to have a nickname. You've got to have a group of people who collectively decide that you're funny enough to be chosen a nickname by your gang. That is the whole point in a nickname.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, you do not make up your own nicknames. And thirdly, anything to do with your penis, I just don't want to know about it.
To be fair, making up a nickname about yourself having a big dong does scream desperation.
No, it just screams small dong to me.
It does scream, in the same way that a Lamborghini screams small dong.
Yeah.
Giving yourself a nickname, dong dong.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. I don't really know what to say about it. I just want to move on. Do you want to hear my nickname?
Well, give me a second.
Okay, go on.
Because what I think is going to happen now is every time you turn on Netflix and you go dong, you will think of me and that nickname.
I will
It
not.
might ruin Netflix.
I'm going to push that thought straight out of my brain.
Go on. What's your nickname?
My nickname when I was at uni was the baby, because I was always the youngest out of all of my mates. So they used to call me the baby.
That's
and they
quite
said
sweet.
that no, it wasn't sweet, because they also said that my body was the shape of a baby when I was like 18, which wasn't very cool. But then it went from Vanstone. They used to just call me my surname.
That's not a nickname. That's literally your name.
That is my name, but it developed over time into Brownstain. And in the end, I'd get posts from all my mates all over the world just to Brownstain. And once I had a neighbour come round and knock on the door and say, "Is this for you?" And it said Fanny Brownstain on it. And I was like, yeah, that's for me.
That'll be me. Can you also share, for those that haven't been listening since episode 1, the nickname you and your 2 best girlfriends were given?
Oh my gosh, the flies.
And why were you the flies?
Because we were like flies round shit if anyone had any cocaine.
Wow. Mother of 3 now. She is?
Mother of 3, very successful sober lady.
The flies.
The flies.
Now, listen, despite working closely together, there is one thing that we differ on a little bit, which is our general feelings towards humankind.
Oh, yes.
I believe that I approach people with the enthusiasm of an American shop assistant on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's very enthusiastic. Whereas for me, I hate everyone as soon as I meet them. It might take me a while for someone to warm up. I'm on a default of hatred. Yes.
It might take them a while to win you over to like thinking they're okay.
Yes, but it's unlikely.
Okay, good. That's a nice place to be.
It might be because I've been on this earth a little bit longer than you. I don't mean to be detrimental, Hamish, but I've got to the point. Well, yeah, a bit ageist. But I've got to the point in my sobriety where I don't really need to impress anyone anymore, which is actually a lovely place to be. I'm happy with the friendships I have. I don't mind so much about being rejected from the tribe. Remember, we had that brilliant podcast with David Watson where we talked about that, about being not being the sheep anymore and how brilliant that feels. So actually, I don't really seek out new friendships anymore. I'm just happy hanging out with the people I love. I actually take my friendship advice from my daughter Nellie, who has the whopple. Do you know about the whopple?
I think you've told me about the whopple.
I may have told you about the whopple. I've actually got a chapter in my next book, Hamish, plug, about the whopple.
Tell me about the whopple.
Nellie, when she goes to the park, she makes new friends and never sees them again. And she's called it a whopple. And it's like the best thing ever. So she's quite content with the fact that she'll go and play with someone for an hour, be best friends with them, never ask for their phone number, never see them again. She is happy in her heart with that. Yeah. Whereas I'm like, I have to go up to people and go, oh, I should probably take your phone number, seeing as our children got on so well, and be all wanky and fake about it. Yeah. Whereas she just does the whopple and she's gone and she never sees them again. I think it's brilliant.
That is good.
I could be your whopple. Perhaps we won't see each other again.
I've been trying to whopple with you for a while.
I'm still here.
Keep coming back. Hey, it's a weekly podcast. God's sakes, I'm trying to whopple you.
Hamish.
Wherever you find yourself on the social scale of Hame to Vic, of loving humans or generally preferring to be with your family and dog, we both agree that human connection plays a integral part in all, I would say all, successful sobrieties.
Yeah. In today's episode, we're going to delve into why this is the case, and we're going to give you some tips on how to best create these types of bonds yourself.
In short, and I say this with the utmost respect and love for you all, you are all a bunch of weaklings who can't do this alone, so let's grab someone's hand and do it together instead.
Okay, yeah, I am a bit of a weakling.
I'm included in that weakling.
Yeah.
I am one of you weaklings.
I think I'm fragile more than a weakling.
Okay.
When I was a boozer, I was definitely fragile, Hamish. Fragile emotions. I'd say I'm not as much as a weakling as I was, but I am a bit pathetic still.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's begin by winding back the clock to our first months of sobriety.
So if we had Alan here.
Yeah.
Vic, clock wound back?
Clock wound back.
Okay. You have tried and failed to give up alcohol in the past, over and over again.
Yep.
Obviously, you tried and succeeded 7 years ago.
Yes.
What was the difference? In terms of human connection, with you succeeding and you failing.
I think when you say I tried, is I attempted moderation
Yes.
and failed at that. Yes, and that was all going on in my own head for many, many years. No one was involved in that, and that was probably the problem. And what's changed in the last time I tried was that I involved other people in it. That's a matter of fact. I involved other people in my life to help me get sober.
Okay, so who was involved?
A therapist,
Always?
Yeah, a couple of doctors. There was a team, Hamish.
There was a
team.
squad.
Yeah, there was a squad. My husband, of course, I told him that I wanted to go sober. That was the first person. So I decided to be open about the struggle. I think that's the first point. But also a good thing about my early sobriety was that I'd recently moved. I moved to the Sunshine Coast from Sydney, and I didn't bring my reputation with me. In Sydney, perhaps I had a bit of a reputation as being a party animal. A fly. If anyone had any cocaine. No, I didn't take cocaine in Sydney. Oh, actually I did once, but yeah. Anyway. We'll leave that story for another time, shall we, Hamish? Don't think my husband even knows about that one. Yeah, so actually I moved, which I don't recommend anyone does, but it gave me the opportunity to meet some new people and to not bring my good drinking buddy reputation along with me. So I could kind of start afresh and make some new friends and perhaps change my personality a bit according to the people that I met. And obviously I was a new mum. I had a second baby on the way, so I wasn't really in the period of heavy drinking then, but I was looking forward to having a few drinks after I had my second baby. And that's when things kind of all went tits up. But when I moved, I was already questioning my alcohol intake. So it was the perfect opportunity for change. But even though I was thinking about my drinking then already, I still pretended to drink when I went out, which was a bit of a strange thing to do. I don't really recommend anyone does that. I held on to a beer like it was a lifeline to the old me, not for anyone else, not to appease anyone, but just because I didn't know myself without a drink and I wasn't ready to start telling anyone. Stupid, really. But with time, the need to please people faded. Like you and I, we're a bit of people pleasers, aren't we?
Absolutely.
We want everybody to have a good time when they're out. It's not so much of a selfish thing. It's just that we want everybody to have fun and we feel pressure to bring that fun.
That energy.
Bring that energy
For
into
sure.
the group. It's a huge responsibility, actually, isn't it? It's shit. I hate it now, which is why I'm a
Great
miserable.
when it goes well,
It's
though.
great when it goes well. It's very
when
awkward
not.
when it
Yes,
doesn't.
that's
Yeah.
the issue.
But I think the point is, out of all of that, Hamish, is that I started to be open about the fact that I was not drinking anymore. After a period of about 18 months, I started to understand myself and be comfortable with sobriety, and I started to let people in. And as soon as I let people in, I started to build my sobriety confidence, as we call it, and be more open about who I was and what I was doing. So, yeah.
I must say, I am relieved for you that things went tits up after the second child. Because I
Yes.
know that Liz is a bit worried about tits going down after breastfeeding the second child.
The tits are down.
The tits are down, but it went tits up.
Yeah, tits up, but tits are generally down in a more real sense.
And they continue down.
My mood is good, but my boobs are saggy.
That's what we were really asking. That's what I should have asked at the start. Sorry. How are your tits after your second child?
How's your tits? We won't talk about my fanny. I'm editing that out.
Okay. Anyway, I was going to say, you said you wouldn't recommend moving to the Sunshine Coast to get
Yeah.
sober. I did a similar thing. People
Yes.
call it doing a geographical. I would actually say the sequence of events that I took prior to going sober are almost a dead certain way of getting sober. Okay.
Yeah.
So I moved somewhere where I had no friends.
So no human connection.
Yes, the Sunshine Coast, which has really no social life or nightlife for sure.
Sorry, Sunshine Coast buddies, but it is sort of true. Everything is
I love
closed
the
at 9
Sunshine
o'clock.
Coast, but I wouldn't choose it as a place to go clubbing.
No, it's not a party town.
Plus, everything is quite spread out, so you have to drive everywhere.
Yeah.
Then, bang, had a child.
Yes, no social connection.
No friends, no nightlife, no social connections.
Yeah.
Then you have a child.
Yeah.
That are a lot of dominoes to fall that helped me get sober.
I have to interrupt you there, Hamish, because I will also say about having a child is you end up in social situations that you don't really want to be in, talking about baby sleep time and
Yes.
nappies and all of these other things that come along with having a new child. And you're sitting there thinking, I'm talking about stuff that is so boring and I sort of hate myself now because nothing else has happened because you've been at home, you know, looking after a child for the last 6 months and suddenly you've got nothing to talk about. There's a real shift in identity when you become a parent, just like there is when you get sober, isn't there? You sort of don't know who you are anymore. Yeah.
Certainly have been a lot of dull conversations that I've thought us all getting drunk would really lighten the mood.
It would solve this, yeah.
Because particularly when the kid is pre-1,
Yeah.
99% of the conversations are about sleep. And
God,
sleep
it's so
is a
boring.
very... I find sleep as a topic quite an interesting topic.
Yes.
But baby sleep,
No.
an incredibly dull topic.
Because you realise you have no control over it.
Yeah.
You want it to go
And
well.
I don't care if your child is sleeping well or not. And I don't want you to tell me the tricks that you're trying because I've probably already tried them.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm just tired. Just take me for a massage. Yeah.
I had quite a few of those calls when you just want conversations where you just want to like bury your head in a bath and scream.
Yeah.
Lots of those as a young parent. Anyway,
Dear,
this is not
oh dear,
an advert
yes.
for parenting.
No.
But it is an advert for an honest reaction to being caught in dull situations and not turning to drink.
Yes, we're all about the honesty, Hamish.
But although I said I had no social life and no social connections, I do think that the person that you are living with, whether or not it's a partner or a housemate or whoever, is incredibly important at the time when you go sober. So like I said, we just had a kid. So Liz was also sober. She was breastfeeding. Sonny, also sober. Great. I had a fully sober house.
A sober child, that's always
sober
good.
baby.
Yeah,
we
sober
encourage
baby,
that.
yeah. Boring.
So there was
boring
no-
baby.
So there was no alcohol in our house whatsoever.
Yeah.
And having, the people in my tight-knit circle being on board with me made it so much easier than had I not.
And you were open straight from the start of being sober, weren't you? There was no
Yeah.
reason for you to hide it because you didn't really have a drink problem. Whereas I think for some people that do have a drink problem, they find it much, much harder to tell people, which actually can lead them back to drinking again because they feel so isolated.
For sure.
So we understand that human connection is important, but why? Why do we need other people to help us through sobriety?
Honestly, when I gave up, I had no idea that it was important to create a sober community or even have a sober friend. I just thought this was something that you did alone. Maybe you lost some of your mates as a result of doing it. I never imagined that you'd actually gain new mates in sobriety.
Yeah, so
I thought
true.
sobriety was like a net negative friendship thing.
Yeah.
5% of your mates are like, oh, we don't hang out with you anymore. You're sober, boring. All we did was get drunk. So you're out. I had no idea you could gain friends through sobriety. And it didn't take me long to realise that not having a single sober mate can feel very isolating. I did not know, other than you, anyone sober. Yeah, my wife was sober for a bit, she was breastfeeding, but I didn't know anyone that even tried this. So like, not only when you're the only sober person, do you not have anyone who fully understands what it's like, but you're often the only one not drinking at a party. I didn't do AA or anything like it, but I did have weekly podcast recordings with you, which was good for a number of reasons. Firstly, it kept me on track. It educated me on what alcohol really was, and it kept me accountable.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not expecting you listening to this to go away and start a podcast of your own, but having a weekly catch up with someone who knows what it's like and can even encourage you to read books or listen to podcasts or do a bit of learning around it is going to be hugely helpful.
Okay, so we understand that human connection is important, but why? Why do we need other people to help us through our sobriety?
Okay, I've done some research into this, Vic.
Excellent.
I know you love the research. So human connection addresses the underlying emotional, psychological, and social factors that contribute to an addiction. It's the three-pronged attack.
Oh, I love a three-pronged attack, Hamish.
Almost everyone who has an unhealthy relationship with alcohol can trace it back to an emotional, psychological, or social factor, and human connection can in some way help solve all three of these.
Right, so we know that addiction thrives on isolation. As Johann Hari says, the opposite of addiction is connection. Feeling isolated is when the shame, guilt and loneliness can really take hold. Whether you were a solo drinker or are spending a lot of time in sobriety by yourself, the risks are still there. In those early days, you're probably going to be feeling really vulnerable and unsure of yourself. Having people who've been through it, who understand and can empathise with your struggle, can give you a sense of belonging and self-worth.
Right, back to sober mates. Not only do these groups and friendships keep you accountable, but if you do fall off the wagon, they are there to coach you through what it's like and what helped them get back on it in the past. That is why groups like AA will assign you a sponsor. Find someone, whether it's a friend or even someone whose sobriety story resonates with yours, to draw inspiration from. That is a massive tip I would offer you. I began looking for others who gave up without having a serious problem with alcohol. One of whom, I'm very excited to say, might be a guest on this podcast later this year. It's someone that I am hugely excited about, who you would never have heard of. That's the only clue that I'll give.
Oh, is that it? Is it a
Yes.
sportsman?
Yes.
Okay, that's definitely right.
Actually, let me tell you now about this wild series of tests conducted by Bruce Alexander in the 70s. I feel like these tests best describe this episode.
Okay, go on.
So he did some tests on some, I think it was mice. It's always mice or rats. It's always been mice or rats.
Yeah.
What they did, they had them in a cage, an empty cage, and there was a bottle of water that was just normal water and a bottle of water that was laced with, they tried it with alcohol or they tried it with cocaine. In an empty box, these mice would always go to the one that had booze or drugs in it until they'd eventually kill themselves. Okay, great. Rats and humans are similar. If given the choice, we become addicts to the point where we'll kill ourselves. Then he said, well, it's not really a fair representation of the world, so I'm going to do the test again. But in the second cage, we are going to have wheels for them to exercise on. We're going to have lots of other mice in there so they can procreate. We are going to have tubes that they can run through. We're going to have things that they can do to keep busy. And what happened is, over time, 0 of those mice would go for the drug water.
Really?
0. It literally went from the first cage, 100% of the mice would die, to 0% of the mice would try it. And it just shows that if you have that structure of friendships, connections, other people, other mice, or things to do, things to give you a purpose, more often than not, you will remain sober.
That's incredible.
Isn't it? So he talks about it in his TED Talk, Johan Hari.
Oh, okay.
And he says, for anyone who's a doubter, who goes, well, hang on a minute.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Ever see an idea so clearly in your head, but struggle to find the time to get it all done? Wix helps you go from,
I'll get to it,
to
done.
Build a full site just by describing your idea. Let an AI agent handle daily tasks, plan your next marketing campaign, or help out customers so you can grow your business the way you want without it taking over your life. Try it out at Wix.com.
Humans are not animals. We are not mice. It's not a fair comparison. He said, okay, well, during the Vietnam War, I think it was something like 20% of the American army were addicted to heroin or other forms of drugs.
Yeah, they took a lot of LSD, didn't they? Yeah.
And he says when they re-entered society after that, he said, I think less than 5% became addicts.
Wow.
So you go back, you have a purpose, you're around your people, around your family, around your friends.
Yeah.
We find a way out.
Wow. So that's the importance of human connection right there.
That is it.
Isn't it? So it's the difference between life and death sometimes for people.
Absolutely.
If you're isolated, you don't take care of yourself because you think no one cares about you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
You need a purpose.
You need a purpose.
Connection.
Yeah. Because I often wonder that actually, Hamish, because I do like being on my own a lot now. And I think it's because I have 3 kids and I'm married and it's all hectic all the time. So I do really, really appreciate time on my own. But if I'm too long on my own, I definitely find that I go into my own brain a bit too much and start overthinking everything. And I can become quite negative quite quickly. And I need someone to snap me out of it.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I need like a nudge in the ribs and someone to go, no, you're overthinking. And that's definitely something that helps me in my sobriety and with friendships. Is just I need to sort of bounce things off people a lot of times because I don't trust my own instinct a lot. And to have people there as sounding boards in my life is very, very important to me because otherwise I'll just be all tangled up in my own emotions.
I'm the same. I find that if I sit with a thought for a long time, it can build up and sound terrifying.
Yeah.
And then when I hear myself verbalize it to someone, immediately it seems less frightening.
Yeah.
just, I think,
strange?
hearing it and you're like, oh, this is a normal thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like in the grand scheme of things, how important is my thought? And you have to kind of like level it all out, don't you? You go, actually, you know, what's important is my family, my kids, and and all the other things. But it's amazing how quickly, when you're on your own, you can take yourself down a bit of a dark hole, can't you? I think just having one sober buddy or a group of them, if you're lucky enough to find a group, is one of the best things I ever did. I had no idea that sober people weren't all weird losers, for starters. And now I consider them some of my best mates, a few of them anyway. We've all got wild stories to tell. We've lived a life to the max and now we're able to share it. Sober people are actually really interesting, Hamish. We're the ones with the good stories. What I've learned is that there is nothing that you're going through or might be feeling in early sobriety that someone else hasn't felt too, and sharing it is the best thing you can do.
Anyway, back to sober mates. Not only do these groups and friendships keep you accountable, but if you do fall off the wagon, they are there to coach you through what it's like and what helped them get back on it in the past.
Your sobriety isn't only going to lead you to some new sober mates, but more often than not, our listeners will write to us telling us about the previously broken relationships that their sobriety has actually fixed.
I know, this is back into the net gain of friendships
Net
through
gain,
sobriety.
yes. I like it that we're talking about it in like a financial.
That's it. One job I've had, I'm all financial. It's ROI. And
He's got a posh job now, so he knows posh
it's
words.
all stocks and shares. But yeah, so not only going to gain new friendships, but you might actually repair previously broken ones. That's
Okay.
what sobriety can do. Your sobriety is going to be key to you rebuilding the trust with those of whom you may have lost it. We get people writing to us about this all the time. Maybe for the first time in your life, you are going to become reliable and consistent. Although at first you might find yourself needing to ask for help at every single crossroads, before long you'll be able to help others too. People will call you. Vic, people call you asking for help and guidance now.
I know, it's very odd.
How crazy would that have seemed to you when you were drinking?
Well, it was absolute madness.
Yeah.
The only time people called me before was if they paged me because I'd go and get a gram of coke or a line of speed, or like I was the person that knew where the dealer lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now
Very
I'm kind of
different
like,
calls now.
yeah, it's very, very different phone calls that I actually avoid as well. I'd avoid all the phone calls and just like stay in my house on my own because I can't bother to go out anywhere. But I do build sober friendships, Hamish. I've built a lot of groups and a lot of meetups. I actually had one last weekend. I got back from my big trip away, and the first weekend, the kids were like, what are we doing this weekend? I'm sorry, I'm out. I'm going to go and meet my sober mates because I need it. I need it as much as the women that come to the group. And we just go out for breakfast. New people came and you just chat about sobriety. Because sometimes talking to your actual mates, I will differentiate between the two here. Talking to my actual mates about sobriety doesn't sit well with me because I feel like I'm boring them. They don't know what it feels like. Like they love me and everything, but they don't want to hear me harping on about how many days sober I am and what it feels like and alcohol and, you know, the big con and all of this other stuff that I go on about on this podcast, basically. So I don't want to talk about it in front of my actual solid buddies, and they're still drinkers. Like I don't want to make them feel shit about being drinkers because they're not really problem drinkers, so I always feel bad. So that's why it's really good to have some sober mates that you can just be yourself with, and that is something that is liberating in sobriety, is being yourself socially with a group of people that get it.
I actually find it quite boring talking about sobriety to my friends that still drink because it's all that sort of high level crap that we've said a million times, not how it feels, more just what it is.
Yeah.
And when you speak to someone who's been sober for ages, they get it on a slightly deeper level. And it's more interesting. It's sort of they can share funny and awful things that have happened to them too.
Yeah.
I would also say, I don't know if you found this, that you can find yourself feeling very, very close to a sober friend who you've not known for that long, in comparison to drinking mates that you've had for years.
Totally.
I think there's just a depth to the conversation possible. The fact that neither of us are off our nuts talking 100% of the time, I think the conversations generally explore more interesting topics rather than just the sort of small talk over a pint conversations we've had a million times.
Totally agree. Yeah, totally agree. It's very strange how sober relationships do develop a lot quicker because generally at these groups, the first question you ask is, why are you here? And you get the full story.
Yeah.
You get the full, often quite harrowing story from someone, and it's your first connection with them. And even if your story isn't as extreme as theirs, perhaps it's like going to an AA meeting, you recognize yourself in them, and that gives you a feeling of being more relaxed around someone. When you know someone's had a struggle and they're trying to heal themselves, you've already got a level of respect for them, haven't you? So it makes friendships a lot quicker and a lot deeper.
Well, that brings me on to my next point, Vic.
Excellent.
Good segue.
Segue, yeah.
I thought it was segue, that thing that you stand on. That's
Yeah,
like
it's
a
the
scooter.
same. I
Is
think
it the same?
Yeah, I think it's called that because it makes you go around corners quicker, like you're doing with this script.
More than anything, being a part of a community of sober people also gives us that sense of belonging. Many people who overdrank simply didn't quite feel like they fit in. They
Yep.
felt a little bit different, a little bit misunderstood, a little bit out of place among their friends or amongst their family. We all want to feel loved and accepted, and having a sober community can provide just that. Vic, you're going to hit us with some science.
I'm going to hit you with some science in a
It's
minute.
always a risk because there's sometimes long words that you don't
Yeah,
like.
there's often long words.
Yeah.
I just want to say about what you just said then, Hamish, is that feeling of not wanting to fit in,
Yes.
I think we just have to pause on that for a moment because I think that is why we drink. As human beings, because everyone else drinks and everyone else is drunk, we drink to fit in. And then we get used to fitting in because we don't care anymore because we're inebriated and under the influence and it feels much easier. So it's about it not being easy, isn't it?
Yes.
And this is why sober connection doesn't feel easy, is because you've never done it before.
Yes.
You've never been in a situation where you've had to socialise. That's why this podcast is called Sober Awkward, Hamish, is because it is extremely awkward, isn't it? It's awkward to go into a situation where you're used to being blotto and having to be yourself. And that's what this whole journey is about. It's about learning to be yourself socially and showing your real self to people, which is very, very hard.
And I'd also say finding confidence and pride in not fitting in
Yes.
is actually one of the best bits of being sober.
That is definitely the best bit.
I love the fact that I don't do what most people do.
Me too.
And it's not just, it begins with just drinking and then it will infiltrate the rest of your life. You're
Yeah.
like, you know what, everyone likes this and I don't and I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
And that's the secret.
That is the good
The
stuff.
secret to sobriety
It is.
that most of the benefits have got nothing to do with not drinking alcohol.
So true. It's the sheep and leader thing, isn't it,
Yeah.
Hamish, again? Like, do you want to be a sheep and follow everybody and just follow the crowd and just carry on doing what you've always done? Or do you want to be the leader who breaks away from the crowd and does your own radical thing? There's nothing more powerful than that. Right, science bit.
Go on.
Research shows that positive social connections can affect brain chemistry. Supportive relationships reduce levels of stress hormones like cortisol and increase the production of feel-good chemicals such as oxytocin, which is associated to feelings of trust and connection. Exactly. You not only learn to trust yourself and connect with yourself, but you trust others and connect with others. Over time, building healthy relationships can recalibrate the brain's response to stress, improving emotional regulation and resilience against relapse triggers. We all know what those are.
I found that bit so fascinating that I want to really hammer it home and repeat it.
Oh gosh, hammer it home, Hamish.
Here we go. Healthy relationships can recalibrate your brain's response to stress, improving emotional regulation and resilience against relapse triggers. It changes your brain.
Yeah, it's that neuroplasticity, isn't it?
I know, isn't that crazy? I
It
never
is
thought
crazy.
that.
Yeah. Well, your brain's not really,
Oh, my brain's down in the dumps.
We won't say too much about your brain, but we will say that it's probably not much neuroplasticity going on in there.
It's
No.
rigid.
It's rigid. Yeah, it's cold and rigid.
Okay, so you know why human connection is important and you know the role that it plays in your sobriety, but you might be thinking, where the hell am I going to meet sober people? We've got some tips for you. We've got some answers to that question.
Yep. Well, one of them, of course, is our cuppa community, which is absolutely amazing. It's free and full of sober people from all over the world who are looking to connect with you. It has groups, events, books, podcasts, recommendations, everything, tips and all sorts of stuff from others who are going through exactly what you are going through. Now, that is key, isn't it?
Yes.
You can go on there and just say whatever you like, knowing that someone's going to respond and go, I've been there, mate. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You'll get through it. And everyone gives you a nudge in the right direction. It's really
Facebook
wonderful.
without the wankers is the way I describe it.
It is Facebook without the wankers. Yeah, it's cuppa.community. Go on there. There's loads of good stuff on there.
My top tip to finding and attracting other sober people is to actually talk about your own sobriety. I've actually been amazed by how many sober people there are out there in the wild. Usually there's one at every party I've been to in the last 2.5 years. And I would say just talking about it, a bit like you and the flies,
Yeah.
just talking about it seems to attract other sober people to, or people go, hey, Derek over there, my brother, he's sober, go talk to him.
Yes.
You get pointed in the direction of other sober people. So don't hold it in, talk about it, and don't bore people to death with it. Talk about it, and you'll be surprised by how many other sober people come out the woodwork.
I would say there is a risk factor in that, though, isn't there?
Talk about it when you feel confident to talk about it. Is that what you're going to say?
No, what I was going to say is that as soon as you tell someone you're sober, they might have had a few many wines and they start telling you why they drink and how much they drink and how they're trying to stop. Or you get somebody who is not tipsy but tells you they've stopped drinking, but then you see them at the bar.
Yeah, there's that.
So there's all this kind of, they sort of lay it on you, don't you, when you're not you're sort of inviting in by saying I'm sober, but then they sort of, they want to talk to you about their own problem and you get stuck in a corner with someone blabbling on about sobriety for an hour.
Navigating those conversations is a huge part of sobriety. They are unavoidable.
They are unavoidable.
People being like, "Oh, yeah, I should do that," or I don't drink. I don't drink it during the week.
I don't drink that much. It's
I don't
always
drink that much.
Yeah,
they're always drunk when they say that. I don't drink that. I don't drink during the week. So I've really cut down. But I should go sober. I should do that.
I actually feel embarrassed when people are talking to me about their own drinking. Like they feel like because I don't drink, I'm opening myself up for them to explain themselves to me. I actually find it really, really awkward, and I sort of want to end the conversation because I don't want to talk about sobriety too much when I'm out. I'm happy to talk about it to sober people, but I definitely don't want to talk about it to drunk people.
I don't care. Like I probably only told you I'm sober because you've offered me a drink.
Yeah.
I don't want to open up a conversation about your drinking habits, you know?
No.
This is just something we do some of the time,
Yeah,
not socially.
not all the time, no. If you're struggling to find some sober mates, then try and head to a sober event. I recommend just Googling it or looking on Facebook. We went to No Lights, No Lycra.
Right.
You can join AA. Anything where there's people. I don't reckon either, Hamish, it has to be a sober group. I reckon if you just go to a daytime thing. When I changed my habits when I got sober, I decided to try new things. And recently I joined that writing group about a year ago because I thought, actually, I need to join a group of people who have the same likes and dislikes as me. It didn't necessarily need to be about being sober or not. Right. But I thought, gosh, I'm going to seek out people who enjoy the same things as me. And I knew I enjoyed writing, and I thought, right, I'm going to join a writing group because I can talk to people about that. I don't need to talk about sobriety, and it's a completely different subject. And when I go there, I feel liberated yet again because I don't need to talk about sobriety. So it's not always about bringing that into the conversation. It can actually finding some people who have nothing to do with that, which enables you to sort of be yourself in a new sort of situation, which is also brilliant for, building your sobriety wall, isn't it?
For sure.
Not your horrible wall. It's your nice wall.
Up. Sober walls.
The sober wall of doom. No, the nice wall, Hamish, of confidence and love.
Sure.
Each brick layered with perfume and flowers.
Victoria Vanstone, author, as you can tell.
Perfume and flowers that smell nice, innit?
I would also like to finish this just by saying you don't need to put yourself under too much pressure. Some sober people you might find weird and not click with. There are plenty of sober weirdos, just like there are plenty of drinking weirdos. You don't need to find a whole group of them. Just one good one is enough.
Yeah.
And if you're still struggling to find just one, you can just listen to this podcast every week. We get lots of people who go, you get to sort of feel like my sober friends that come on my dog walks every week. And if that helps, then that is great. But if you can find a sober buddy, go for it. You might not find it at first, but eventually, or, maybe a therapist or just someone that you feel you can talk and share these things with is going to help.
Hamish, question.
Answer.
Do dogs count as sober friends?
Yeah, they're the best kind of friends.
I would say so too. I'm glad you agree. I was a bit worried then for a moment. So dogs are probably the best friends you can have in sobriety. Go and get one from the pound that's been rescued, take it home and look after it. You are never isolated when you've got a dog. Not only can you snuggle up with it, but you can take it for walks and you can stroke it and it doesn't answer back. Mine doesn't anyway.
Yeah, and yours has never had a drink?
Mine has never, it's sober. It's 100% sober. She did go through a little bit of a stage of looking a bit raggedy, like she'd just had a big night out. But then we get her hair cut and she's like the sober god dog. Yeah. Good old Sandy. I'm not joking. A dog, though, don't just get one for Christmas. Don't just decide to get one when you go sober and then start drinking again and don't take care of it.
Yes.
Only get a dog when you're really, truly ready, but it is the most wonderful, cosy thing. However you're feeling in your early sobriety, just remember that you are not alone. There are millions of people like us who are going through the same feelings and struggles as you are.
Should we end with a quick Brene Brown quote?
We always love ending with a quick Brene Brown quote.
Maybe
too much.
And Brene Brown.
Yeah, it's sick. It's too mainstream, Haim.
Is it?
We need to go a bit more punk with these quotes. It's too mainstream, it's boring.
Connection is why we're here. It is what gives purpose and meaning to our life.
Actually, Hamish, I've got another Brené Brown quote here.
We're really committing to this.
Yeah.
Go on.
I define connection as the energy that exists between people when they feel seen, heard, and values, when they can give and receive without judgment.
It's a sexual one.
It is a sexual one, yeah. I thought you'd like that.
I didn't read that part of Brené Brown's book. Sort of pornographic, Brené Brown book.
That's where she gets a bit saucy.
There's our edge.
That's the edge.
There it is.
Yeah.
People think it's the whole connection one. Nah.
Oh, Saucy Brown.
Talking about giving and receiving.
Saucy Brown. Hamish, let's just have a quick chat before.
Called Brené Brown. Saucy Brown. That'd be a good nickname for her at school.
Oh, Saucy Brown.
Saucy Brown's here. Go on, babble on about connection.
Apart from me, do you have any sober mates at all nowadays?
I made a new one recently.
Amazing.
Yeah. I'm kind of the reason that he's turned sober.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah,
Who's that then?
He's a friend of a friend.
Yep.
Who's put in touch with me, wants to start working in the wellness space. He came to visit me at work.
Yep.
And he's sort of umming and ahhing about sobriety and wellness. And I was like, sounds to me like you need to give up for a year. And he ummed and ahed, then he left me a voicemail. He goes, you're absolutely right. It's much easier for me to commit and just do it for a year than think about moderation and all that. So we now leave each other voicemails constantly.
Yeah.
So if he's in the first 6 weeks, but yeah, I'm sort of his sober buddy.
Okay,
and
that's so
he's
nice.
he has peer pressure and London in January and all of those things that people go through a lot, which are difficult.
Yeah.
I'm now his sort of sounding board.
Oh, how lovely,
So
Hamish.
that's been great.
So
and I guess I've had, other than you, obviously I know I'm the age where lots of people get pregnant.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly got mums reaching out, or pregnant women reaching out to me and saying, oh, I'm 6 months in and here's how I find it. A mutual friend of ours.
Well, I was going to say, that's what I was going to say. Our
as
lovely
of
friend Lani.
This week.
Yep, she's just messaged us to say that I think she's probably heard us waffling on for far too
She
long,
has
poor
listened
Lani.
to I don't think anyone, other than maybe Anita, has listened to every episode.
Yeah, she's listened to every episode. So it does eventually absorb into people's brains.
Yes.
I think that's the key, Hamish. We just never got to shut up about it in the hope that we have more friends at the end of it.
That's it.
That's the only
growing.
reason I do this podcast, really, because I'm so scared of losing friends that actually the only reason I want to do it here is just so that people need me for something.
Okay, so we've started this episode going, you don't want new friends.
Yeah.
That was obviously the bullshit line.
Yeah.
And now after 45 minutes, the truth has come out,
Yes.
which I'm desperate for more friends. The only reason I'm sober is to make more friends. If I bang on enough about it, I'll slowly grow this tribe.
Yeah.
We've always said it's a cult and you're the leader.
I'm desperate, Hamish.
That's it. You're just slowly growing your cult.
Join me. I've got some white robes that I'm going to put on in a minute and show you.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, saucy brown.
Saucy, dirty brown.
Oh, I'm not
Sorry.
sure what to
If you are
say.
listening, Brene, and I assume you are on every episode, I can only apologise for Saucy Brown.
Oh, saucy brown.
Don't lick your lips when you do
I'm
that.
dribbling. Oh, thanks for listening, you poor misguided fools. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
They have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the document.
Ever see an idea so clearly in your head, but struggle to find the time to get it all done? Wix helps you go from
I'll get to it.
to
Done.
build a full site just by describing your idea. Let an AI agent handle daily tasks, plan your next marketing campaign, or help out customers so you can grow your business the way you want without it taking over your life. Try it out at Wix.com.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
For centuries, colonization has fractured our relationship with the land. We've come to position ourselves outside of nature, as observers and masters of it, as if it were ours to control and bend to our will. But the earth pushes back, reminding us otherwise. I'm Leah Thomas. I'm the founder of the nonprofit Intersectional Environmentalist, and I'm excited to be returning as your host for Season 4 of As She Rises. This season, we're exploring rewilding. We'll hear how communities are letting the land lead and reimagining what it means to truly coexist with the natural world. Subscribe now and listen to this season of As She Rises wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh, yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
Okay,
good. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it, yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.